Hi there, it's time for our Through the Bible in 1 Year. We're on day 28, and we're doing Genesis 46 and 47 today. There's only 50 chapters, so there's only a few chapters left. Remember last time Joseph made up with his brothers. Everybody cried and hugged and kissed each other, and he sent for his father, which didn't know he was alive. And let's find out what happens there. Joseph brings his family to Egypt. So Israel took his journey with all that he had and came to Beersheba and offered sacrifices to the God of his father Isaac. And God spoke to Israel in visions of the night and said, "Jacob, Jacob." And he said, "Here I am." And he said, "I am God, the God of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for there I will make you into a great nation. I myself will go down with you to Egypt, and I will also bring you up again, and Joseph's hand shall close your eyes." Joseph's hand shall close your eyes. Then Jacob set out from Beersheba. The sons of Israel carried Jacob their father, their little ones, their wives, in the wagons that Pharaoh had sent to carry him. That was nice of him, huh? They also took their livestock, their goods, which they had gained in the land of Canaan, and came into Egypt. Jacob and all his offspring with him, his sons and his sons' sons with him, and his daughters and his sons' daughters, and all his offspring he brought with him into Egypt. I wonder if these are the same ones that he took captive later on. Now these are the names of... Oh, here we go. Are you ready for this? These are the names of the descendants of Israel who came to Egypt. Jacob and his sons, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and the sons of Reuben, Hanu, Palu, Hezron, Carmi, the sons of Simeon, Jemuel, Jamin, Okad, Jachin, Ozar, Johar, Shual, and the son of a Canaanite woman. The sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, and Merari, the sons of Judah, Onan, Shelah, Perez, and Zerah, but and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Perez were Hezron and Hamul, the sons of Issachar, Tola, Puva, Yob, and Shimron. Are you getting all this? The sons of Zebulun, Sherod, Elon, and Jehiel. These are the sons of Leah, whom she bore to Jacob in Padan Aram, together with his daughter Dinah. Altogether his sons and his daughter numbered 33. Wow, that's a lot. But wait, there's more. The sons of Gad, Zippion, Haggai, Shun, Ezra, Ereli. My tongue's getting tied up. Sons of Asher, Imma, Ishva, Edphar, Beriah, Shariah, their sister, and the sons of Beriah, Heber, and Malkiel. These are the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to Leah, his daughter, and these she bore to Jacob, 16 persons. Yeah. The sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, Joseph and Benjamin. And to Joseph, in the land of Egypt, were born Manasseh, Ephraim, whom Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, the priest of On, bore to him. And the sons of Benjamin, Belka, Bechar, Echar, Jerah, Naam, Elah, Rosh, Mopin, Muhupim, and Ard. Wow. These are the sons of Rachel who were born to Jacob, 14 persons in all. The son of Dan, I can't remember who Dan was even. Husham, the sons of Nephtali, Jasiel, Gunnar, Jezer, Shilem, and these are the sons of Bilhah, whom Laban gave to Rachel his daughter, and these are she bore to Jacob, 7 persons in all. All the persons belonging to Jacob who came to Egypt, who were his own descendants, not including Jacob's sons' wives, were 66 persons in all. And the sons of Joseph who were born to him in Egypt were 2. All the persons of the Jacob's household of Egypt were 70. Here's the part we were waiting for. Jacob and Joseph were united. He had sent Judah ahead of him to Joseph to show the way before him to Goshen. And they came into the land of Goshen. You heard that? Land of Goshen. My grandma used to say that. Then Joseph prepared his chariot and went up to meet Israel his father in Goshen. He presented himself to him and fell on his neck and wept on his neck a good while. Israel said to Joseph, "Now let me die, since I have seen your face and know that you are still alive." Joseph said to his brothers and to his father's household, I will go up and tell Pharaoh, and will say to him, "My brothers and my father's household, who are in the land of Canaan, have come to me. And the men are shepherds, for they have been keepers of livestock, and they have brought their flocks and their herds all the way they have. While Pharaoh Well, when Pharaoh calls you and says, 'What is your occupation?' you shall say, 'Your servants have been keepers of livestock from our youth, and even until now, both we and our fathers, in order that you may dwell in the land of Goshen. For every shepherd is an abomination to the Egyptians.'" Wow. Keepers of livestock. Don't say shepherds. Jacob's family settles in Goshen. Chapter 47. So Joseph went and told Pharaoh, "My father and my father's brothers and their flocks and herds and all they possess have come from the land of Canaan. They are now in the land of Goshen." And from among his brothers he took 5 men and presented them to Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to his brothers, "What is your occupation?" And they said to Pharaoh, Your servants are shepherds, oh, brother, as our fathers were." They said to Pharaoh, "We have come to sojourn in the land, for there is no pasture for your servants' flocks. For the famine is severe in the land of Canaan." Didn't he tell them they were keepers of livestock? "Oh, we're shepherds." "For the famine is severe in the land of Canaan, and now please let your servants dwell in the land of Goshen." Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Your father and your brothers have come to you. The land of Egypt is before you. Settle your father and your brothers in the best of the land. Let them settle in the land of Goshen. And if you know any able men among them, put them in charge of my livestock." There you go. Then Joseph brought in Jacob, his father, and stood him before Pharaoh, and Jacob blessed Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said to Jacob, "How many are the days of the years of your life?" And Jacob said to Pharaoh, "The days of the years of my sojourning are 130 years. Few and evil have been the days of years of my life, and they have not attained to the days of the years of my life of my fathers and the days of their sojourning." And Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went out from the presence of Pharaoh. Then Jacob settled his father and his brothers and gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the land of the Ramses, as Pharaoh had commanded. And Joseph provided his father and his brothers and all his household with food according to the number of their dependents. Joseph and the famine. Now there was no food in all the land, for the famine was very severe, so that the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan languished by reason of the famine. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan in exchange for the grain they had brought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when the money was all spent in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came to Joseph and said, "Give us food. Why should we die before your eyes? For the money is gone." And Joseph answered, "Give your livestock, and I will give you food in exchange for your livestock, if your money is gone." So they brought their livestock to Joseph, and Joseph gave them food in exchange for the horses, the flocks, the herds, and the donkeys. He supplied them with food in exchange for all their livestock that year. And when that year was ended, they came to him the following year and said to him, "We will not hide from my lord that our money is all spent. The herds and livestock are my lord's. There is nothing left in the sight of my lord but our bodies and our land. Why should we die before your eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for food, and we with our land will be servants to Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, and that the land may not be desolate." So Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for all the Egyptians sold their fields because their famine was severe on them. The land became Pharaoh's. As for their people, he made servants of them. From one end of Egypt to the other, only the land of the priests he did not buy, for the priests had a fixed allowance from Pharaoh and lived on the allowance that Pharaoh gave them. Therefore they did not sell their land. Well, communism has taken over Egypt, huh? Then Joseph said to the people, "Behold, I have this day bought you and your land for Pharaoh. Now here is the seed for you, and you shall sow the land, and the harvest you shall give a fifth to the Pharaoh, and 4/5 shall be your own, as seed for the field, and as food for yourselves and your household, and as food for your little ones." And they said, "You have saved our lives. May it please the Lord, we will be servants to Pharaoh." So Joseph made it a statute concerning the land of Egypt, and it stands to this day, that Pharaoh should have the fifth of the land of the priests alone did not become Pharaoh's. Well, thus Israel settled in the land of Egypt, in the land of Goshen, and they gained possessions in it, and were fruitful and multiplied greatly. And Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 17 years. So the days of Jacob, the years of his life, were 147 years. And when the time drew near that Israel must die, he called his son Joseph and said to him, If now I have found favor in your sight, put your hand under my thigh and promise to deal kindly and truly with me. Do not bury me in Egypt, but let me lie with my fathers. Carry me out of Egypt and bury me in their burying place. He answered, I will do as you have said. And he said, swear to me. And he swore to him. Then Israel bowed himself upon his head of his bed and died. There you go. So, Israel's happy. Jacob, Israel, the name goes back and forth, So, that's cool. So we see what happens tomorrow. Just look ahead for the last part of Genesis. Jacob blesses Ephraim and Manasseh. Jacob blesses his sons. Wow, that's a long one, isn't it? Holy cow, look at that. Jacob's death and burial. Okay, this is Jacob, so. And then the death of Joseph. Joseph lived 110 years. Yeah. They embalmed him and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. Wow. So, Joseph lived the whole time as Pharaoh's #1 man. Wow, that's amazing. So, there you go. That is today's reading. It was interesting, huh? Big family reunion. And communism took over and now Pharaoh owns everything. So, that's good. We'll continue. We'll finish up Genesis tomorrow. And then I don't know what goes on after that. Where's it got us going next? Exodus. Okay. Exodus. I guess they're going kind of in order, but there you have it. The story continues. So, that's it for today. Have a good day. Have a good week. Don't work too hard. Come back every day for stories and proverbs. Until then, remember, be humble. See you tomorrow.